been planted slowly for a really long time. But I decided to coach right before my second year of teaching because I knew that it was going to be hard, and that if I coached, it would give me an opportunity to be accountable for my own journey. But that didn't mean that I wasn't still struggling with anxiety, panic attacks. My body started to get sick because of the stress that I was having. And I won't go into many details, but there were multiple moments where my husband, Tyler, would come home. He was working nights at the time. He would come home from work or go to work in the evening, and he would have to leave me while I was on the floor having a panic attack, convulsing, not really, whenever you have a panic attack, like you can't feel your body. Like your body is doing things that you're like, I wish I could stop this. Like, I wish I could breathe. And it's saying no. And I felt very out of control. And he left me like that for multiple months during my second year of teaching. But I would show up to that school and I would put a smile on my face, and I would walk in the hallways and put a smile on my face. I was a huge faker, but I hated how I felt, and I hated that my husband worked nights and I didn't see him at all. And I was at the school and I had to be there till 6 p.m. and no one cared. No one cared that I was struggling. No one came to me, to my room, to see if I was okay. And so there was a moment last year. I was coaching at the time, so I was still going through this journey of healing. And I went to the doctor because I was having stomach issues. And she literally came in the room and she said, Abby, I don't really have a diagnosis for you, but I will say that you need to either find a new job or you need to get a hold of your stress. And that was the moment right before Christmas break that I completely broke down and I said, okay, teaching isn't for me then. Like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to feel sick because of my stress. I don't want to have panic attacks anymore. I don't want to have anxiety anymore. I'm still fighting that, but it was just my job took every single thing out of me. And I will say, praise the Lord that I had coaching, because that was the one thing that I looked forward to every single morning. I would wake up at 4:45 every single morning last year, and I would work my business because I didn't want to be in this place of being stuck as an educator and feeling like, okay, this is it. Whenever I have kids, I'm going to be that anxious, tired mom that has her kids running around in the classroom, and I'm going to be mad at them and annoyed at them. And then my husband's going to be with people that are dying, and I'm not going to be able to love him well and care for him and care for our family. And so that was the turning point. I was like, I knew I was going diamond. I wanted to be a 5-star diamond. I wanted to hit elite. I wanted all of these things because I knew that if I rallied and I gathered women that were like me, that would make me so fulfilled. So that's kind of my backstory. Now I am currently hustling for my dreams still. I haven't matched my teaching income, but I'm happier. I'm making less than I was as a teacher, but I am so much more joyful in my day. And so if you're waiting for this moment, if you want to be a full-time coach, I want you to know that just because people go full-time doesn't mean that they're matching their income. Sometimes, like for me, it's acting out in faith that I believe that I was here for a reason, and I know that you're here for a reason too. And whatever your dream is, it is totally possible. So tonight, I am sharing with you about how I personally let go of everything and I became the CEO that I looked up to. Instead of being that follower that follows and watches everyone's stories, all of the top coaches' stories, like I decided to be my own top coach on my own page, and I decided to let go of that. So I'm a teacher at heart. I don't know if you are a teacher, but I thrive on energy. I thrive on engagement. And so if you are connecting to any of this while I'm talking tonight, I would love to see your comments in the chat, because that's how this team, how you guys are going to rally together tonight, because I want you to feel the energy, and I want you to put this energy into your business, because I love that this business is all about community. We're not in competition. I'm so happy that all of you are where you are in your businesses. And so let's level up tonight. Are we ready? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to be sharing some flashbacks of where I was 2 years ago, because I think it's important to know that we all start somewhere. But before I do that, I am going to share my screen with you, and we are going to get started. So we are going to change the narrative tonight. What's going on in your brain? Because if you can control what's going on in your brain, your inner mean girl, this whole business is going to be a breeze, friend. It will. It will be such a breeze. If you've been in this business for a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long you have been in this business, you can change the narrative tonight. So, number one, how we can let go. First, we have to celebrate where we were back then, meaning who we were even yesterday, and where we want to be right now, and who we want to become later on. Whenever I started coaching, you guys, I started coaching 1 week before my honeymoon to Italy, and I started Lift 4. And I said, okay, I'm starting Lift 4. I'm going to be doing Lift 4 while in Italy. So guess what? In our hotel, I showed up and I did the workouts on our balcony. And I told every single person, and I told myself, if I have haters, this is my goal for myself. I just want them to know, watch me. Like, watch me succeed. You think I'm going to not work out on my honeymoon? Watch me. I did a HIIT workout on the smallest balcony to Joel Freeman, and I love Joel so much. And it changed my life. On my honeymoon, drinking wine, eating pizza, having all of the gelato, I somehow still, because Beachbody is amazing, somehow lost 15 pounds and like 12 inches or something crazy with Lift 4. And so I want you to know, like, everything starts with these programs. If you are not going all in right now in a program, then I want you to check yourself. Like, if you're getting frustrated that people aren't jumping in with you, are you drinking Shakeology every day? Are you doing the workouts every single day? Are you providing value every single day? The picture on the left is the very first photo that I took on my social media. It was at my parents' house in our backyard, and I propped my phone up on the brick wall, and I leaned over and I took a selfie with the timer. And I just want to show you that because I think it's easy to look at people's profiles and be like, oh my gosh, how did all of this happen? And, we have to celebrate where we were back then. So if you need to do this tonight, whenever you're laying in your bed, wanting to go to someone else's page to look at what they were up to, I want you to celebrate where you were back then. And I want you to celebrate where you are right now, because either way you think about it, you have grown in some way. So before we move on, I want to do this with you. I want to celebrate where I was, and I want you to see where I was. And I'm going to kind of talk through what I see now of what I posted back in 2018. So let me change this over. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the volume, but I'm just going to show you, this is what my story looked like in 2018, okay? Okay, I'm going to stop right there because this is hilarious to me. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, that picture of my mug and my computer, I thought that was a picture that I could share about coaching. Like, did it say anything about coaching? No. Did it say anything about me working my business? No, it did not. But I thought, oh, I can post this picture of my coffee at 5 a.m. doing my power hour with my keyboard. No, like that doesn't scream, I am running a business, people. I am a coach. It doesn't say that at all. People are probably wondering, what the heck is Abby doing this early in the morning? So I was talking on my stories. This video is me saying I'm putting on my socks. You know, it's just very kind of like, here's my monologue about my life. But I did share a little bit about coaching, doing my workout, and that's all. That was my story for one day. And I share that with you because now I try to provide as much value as I can on my stories. If you are posting a story about your coffee and the keyboard, there is no way that you are going to get working coaches on your team. No way. But we all start somewhere, right? And so whenever I talk about coaching on my stories now, I'm telling people what I'm doing, because for me, I want ambitious, resilient women that are fighting for freedom. That's who I'm talking to. And I want them to know that it takes work. I'm never saying, oh, I just worked for 30 minutes. I just worked for 4 hours today. I work from home. I set a schedule and I work that long. You know, if you are a hard worker, they probably connect with that, you know? So we have to celebrate where we were back then. So I just celebrated where I was then. So let's move on, because we don't want to stay stuck in our past, right? So if you relate to any of that with your past, tell me what you did back in the day or whenever you started coaching. Even if you started coaching a week ago, you probably know a lot more than you do right now. So type in the chat and I will go on to the next part. Okay, so how can you actually let go? We have to get through the logistics first before we can get to the mindset aspect of it. We are swarmed. We are swarmed with people that are coaches, right? And it's easy. It's easy to look at people's stories and think, oh my gosh, how did they get there? Okay, the vitals are vital. They are vital, like your heartbeat. What makes me so sad is that we show up to work for someone else and we do the tasks that the someone else tells us to do, but for some reason, we cannot do the tasks that we want to do to build our own dream for our business. You tell me that you want to grow this business, but you're showing up to your boss so that you can build their dream, and you can't even do the vitals to build your dream. How twisted is that? You and I, we need to show up 10 times as harder for our dream rather than our bosses, right? So are you listening to the national wake-up call? Are you on team calls? If you're frustrated that you're not getting one-on-one time, or you're complaining about something, are you actually #doing your crap every single day? Because friends, we can't even get to the next step if we're not doing our tracker every single day. There are days, especially this month, oh my gosh, my mindset was tested. Everyone's laying around and eating cookies and we're all doing the stuff. But did I do my tracker? I will stay up till 11 p.m. to do my tracker every single day. So number one, vitals are vital. Number two, know where you want to go. Whenever I started coaching, Emerald was not my end goal because I stalked everyone. Like I was saying, I was a silent stalker. So I knew that Diamond was a huge deal. and I looked up the income potential for diamonds and all of this stuff. If you want to be a 5-star elite coach, then start with small actions every single day to get there. I went 1-star, yes, with a friend, but honestly, I held 1-star with my husband's account. Okay? Like, I'm not a 1-star because some miraculous thing happened. I controlled the controllables, and that's how it got me there. And number 3 is your action matching your goal. So if you want to go to New Leadership Conference, if you want these things, there is no way, I'm going to be completely honest, no way you're going to get there with sending 5 invites a day. No way. The business activity tracker says 5 invites a day, and they're telling me that I can build a huge business with 5 invites? No. Like, if you want to hit Success Club, invite 5 people a day. But for me, like, I want to build an empire of women that were stuck, that want freedom like I was. And so I'm inviting more than that. I'm 10xing my intensity. That doesn't mean I'm 10xing every single action so that I'm working 6 hours a day. I'm 10xing my intensity and I'm 10xing my energy, because those 2 things are the things that are going to control and help your momentum in your business. Okay, this is one of my favorite quotes from my business mentor, Josh Coates. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to support our fears and excuses. I'll say that again. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to support our fears and excuses. I have a chart on my refrigerator right now with 66 boxes because I listened to No Plan B for Your A Game by Bo Eason, amazing book. And he says, if you have a declaration for your life, then you need to take one thing that is holding you back and take control of that thing for 66 days. So what that was for me was not watching other coaches' stories, not even my team, not even my own team. Because I want to show up like Abby Manawes. I want to show up like me. Whenever I stopped looking around at what top 10 coaches were doing and 8-star diamond coaches were doing and all of this stuff, I truly was showing up on social media, my authentic self. And I believe that because I have done that, this has been a higher month for me, because I have stopped looking around and believing, oh, this person can do this, so I can't do that. We are constantly, we don't want to, but our minds are constantly looking for a story to support why we can't be at X point. So what can you do right now to control that? I don't want my mind to control and tell me that I can't hit SC20, but I was allowing it because I was watching other people's stories. And guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. I'm on day like 40 something. And I don't care. I don't care what Ashley Smith is doing. I don't care what Melanie Mitro is doing. I don't care, because I'm showing up like me for my followers, for my people. Okay, so I want to share a few things with you. Mindset. Now that we have the tangible things and we know that our fears are constantly looking for a story, now I want to give you a couple of mindset things that we can do, that you can do in your business to be that CEO. Number 1, never decrease your targets. Always increase your intensity. Like I was saying before, if you are sending out 80 invites a day, but you have 0 energy and 0 intensity, no one gives a crap about what you have to say. But if I send out 10 invites, 15 invites that are excited and ready to help someone, people can feel that. And so I'm always constantly protecting my energy. If I want to hit SC30, if you want to hit 1-star diamond, if you want to hit 3-star diamond, if you want to hit elite, don't decrease your targets. I did that last year. My team was 1 diamond away from premier, and we had all of our elite points. And in October, I did this. I decreased my targets. I said, oh, we won't hit elite, so I'll just put premier. And then we didn't even hit premier by 1 freaking diamond, but we had all the points, and all the points for elite. And it was my fault because I decreased my targets. And that is because I decreased my intensity. What if I wouldn't have decreased my targets? Probably would have been there. Number 2, what about when people cancel? What about people ghosting me? Stop talking to me. Y'all, this is so funny. I actually heard this the other day. Like, people don't ask us to talk to them. We're the ones interrupting their day. Like, we're the ones messaging them whenever they're a mom of 4 kids, and we're like, hey, do you want to join my group? And they're like, oh my gosh, like, I have so much going on. Who is this girl? They don't have time to look at our stuff and figure out who we are. Like, we are getting so held up at the fact that we're talking to people that might not know us fully. And we're getting upset that they don't respond. But they didn't ask us to talk to them. They didn't ask us. So we need to stop getting held up on what they are doing. We can control who we talk to. We can control how many invites we sent. We can't control if that mom is super busy, reads our message, starts cooking dinner, has to put the kids down, then passes out on the couch because she's tired. We can't control the college student who is so in debt, has 3 jobs, and forgets to respond to us. We have to stop taking things so personally because it's not about us. We're just offering the invitation. So, if we stop getting held up on what we're doing, we still can control what we do. When we work our businesses like we shouldn't be scrambling, like whenever we're about to hit qualification or something and we're like, oh my gosh, like we need to have 3 discount coaches sign up or volume or whatever. Like, y'all, I am constantly trying to go diamond again and again and again. I had to kind of grieve the fact that we didn't hit premier for about a month and a half. I was kind of in this weird place, but I'm like, you know what? If I just keep going diamond over and over and over again, like there's no reason why I won't attract other women that want this too. But I can control going diamond for my team. I can show them. I can be that leader. This mentality of, I don't need them, they need me. Like I said before, we're the ones interrupting their day, asking them a question. We don't have the right to be upset that they didn't DM us back or comment on our poll or whatever we did to try to get engagement. But if we go into conversations, you guys, with the thought of, wow, they need me. Like, I don't need them. I have girls that I have followed up with through text message. Hey, you gonna fill out that share cart? Hey, it's another day, haven't heard from you. They don't talk to me in their text messages. It's comical. But I show up to that follow up with, I don't need them. I don't need them. There's other people that I can help. If they want me to help them, I am here for them. They need me, but I don't need them. You know, like if you are counting the ducks, you know, like, oh, this person's going to sign up SC2, this person's going to sign up SC4, this person's going to sign up SC6. Y'all, that takes so much joy out of it. And I've been there, like even this month, being at SC2 last week, I was like, oh my gosh, like I got to think smart. I got to figure out how to hit Success Club. And then it just started rolling, and it was like a boulder. I brought the energy. I followed up with like 130 people in 2 days or something. And I was like, I'm not letting this stop me. People need me out there. And I just have to message them. I have to tell them that I am here for them. I want you to think about what you are providing right now in your business, because this will be a game changer for you. There's a difference between a club and a community, okay? A club is having a common interest. It's like a slumber party with your friends, or like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or something like that, a club. You know, you have the common interest of doing this one thing together. You have a common goal. But a community is purpose-filled. You have common values. And that's the thing that I think we get twisted whenever we want to build our business is, oh, this person has to look like me. They have to have a dog like me. They have to have brown hair like me and like fit this whole avatar thing. And I think we're trying to build a club more than a community. And whenever I made that shift in my business, I want strong, resilient, ambitious women who are fighting for freedom for their families. Wouldn't you want someone on your team that wants to be ambitious, resilient, and strong rather than someone that looks like you? We all do, right? That's why we signed up to coach, because we were surrounded by people who had the same value as we did. So instead of trying to create this club mentality, if we switch to a community, that's where you will find your builders, the people that want to work this business. And let me tell you, I would rather have a small, bold team than a big team with people who are scared. I want a strong, ambitious, resilient, bold team. And if that means that's 20 people right now, great. If that means that's 3 people, I love that. But I don't want a club. I want to build a community. I want to remind you of this, and I think this is so big, especially for this month. The best version of you will figure it out. The best version of you will figure it out. If you want to be a 1-star diamond, the best version of you will figure it out. If you are currently at SC0 and you're like, man, don't think I can do it, and you're feeling that defeat right now, put this on a sticky note and remind yourself, the best version of me will figure this out. That's what I had to remind myself last week. Like, I am almost 2 years in this business, and I was at SC2, and my coaches were at higher SC points than me. Like, okay, this is not okay. Got to lead from the front, right? The best version of me will figure it out. And I brought that intensity and I brought that energy to every single conversation. And I was thinking about different strategies and ways that I could help women that had fallen off a year ago. The best version of you will figure it out. So lastly, before I end the call, this is one of the biggest analogies that has helped my business so much, and my mentality and my mindset about my business. I want you to think about your business right now like a football field, okay? So on a football field, you have the people in the stands. Now, I went to Texas A&M. We have like 100 and something thousand people at a football game. I don't know where you grew up or if you even like college football, but for me, I think about the Texas A&M football fields. There's people up in the stands, which is where me and my husband sat whenever we were newlyweds because we didn't have money. We were up there, you know, but we bought the ticket and we wanted to see the Aggies play on the field. Those are your VIP clients that will never leave you. They're like, okay, I got this. I'm going to sign up with a challenge pack and like commit for maybe 3 months. Those are your people that are up in the stands. And then you have the people that are closer to the front, you know, maybe the club seats. Those are your discount coaches. Those are your people that are like, oh my gosh, this girl is the bomb.com. She is amazing. And I just want to be closer to her. So I'm going to get on team calls and I'm going to be a part of the community. And that's what I want. Those are your discount coaches, right? They just want the discount. They want access to you. They're getting a discount on the products. And they want access to the community more than the challenge group, right? Then you have the players on the field. Now, A&M's team is pretty big, and there are a lot of players that are standing on the field, on the sidelines. They don't ever play. Maybe they play one play in like a whole season, but like there's people that are suited up. They're ready to go, but they're not playing on the field. Those are the people on your team that might help one person a month, maybe. Maybe they're doing their tracker like really inconsistently, like they're on the team, they're ready to help, but like they're not playing on the field yet. Those are your people that kind of just want to be on the field with you and have like the name, you know, like the team name, the number. They're really excited. And then you have your team players, the players on the field. I don't know how many people are playing on a football field for a team. If you know that, you can drop it in the comments. But I know that that is a small amount of people, the team players. You can count on them. You can count on the wide receiver to catch the ball. You can count on the quarterback because he's there. He's leading from the front. Those are the people on your team that catch the vision, that are always hitting Success Club, that don't need a one-on-one call to talk about something that they can find in an FAQ. Those are the people that are your team players. But think about it, friend. You have a huge field, a football field of 100,000 people, and you have 10 team players on the field playing with you. That should give you such a relief that whenever you grow your team, not everyone has to be a team player. Not everyone has to be on the field with you, because who would catch the ball? Who would throw the ball? If we think about our team like that, that will give you so much weight lifted off, because whenever I add working coaches to my team, now I don't have the expectation that they're going to be on the field with me every single game. I think, okay, maybe they might be on the sidelines. Maybe they might be in the VIP club seats. I don't know, but it's not my job to tell them where they're supposed to be. Y'all, I showed up 2 years ago not knowing what Success Club was, but I wanted to work this business and I wanted to grow a successful business. There are people out there that want to be on the field with you. You just have to talk to more people. 100,000 people and there's 10 team players. We got to talk to some more people. So, how can you act like that team player right now? If you're at Emerald and you want to be at New Leadership Conference, friend, you can do it. Build 2 diamonds. That's all you got to do. If you are at a coach and you want to be a diamond coach, just hit Success Club 10 2 times. And then you have your diamond. Literally, you can do it in 2 months. You can do this. And signing up 5 people with the discount, you get an extra $100. Like, okay, I'm in for that, right? So you can do this. Like, you can literally grow a team that is successful. You have the capacity to do it. I think it's easy for us to just think that, oh my gosh, we're failing because so-and-so isn't working. But friend, they just want to be in the VIP club seats. Okay? That is all I have. I'm firing up myself. I want to like work really hard right now, but I have to help my brother. But I'm so excited for all of you. And I know that if you take this and run with it and truly like have this mentality that the best version of you will figure it out, like, doesn't that just give you a peace of mind? Mm-hmm. So you got this. And I'm so thankful that I got to speak to you tonight. It was such a blessing. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Abby.
Of course.
Did anyone have any quick questions for Abby?
Literally, you can unmute yourself. I don't care. I'll drink an awkward sip of my go-go juice and then type your question or mute yourself.
I don't really have any questions. I just took like a whole thing of notes. I especially love your football analogy because I think that's so huge. I think it takes a lot of the pressure off. Just going back even to like the invite of how you described it, like it's not our, like we don't need them, they need us kind of thing. It's the same thing, like you don't know who needs this, you know, like Amy Silverman said that today. She's like, you don't know, like she's like, I think everybody should coach, like everybody can benefit from coaching because like you don't know like who needs this opportunity. You don't know like what this challenge pack is going to do for somebody's life. You don't know if it's just going to like help them get happy, you know, healthier, or if it's actually going to be like they need this coaching opportunity. You have no freaking clue. And I like relate to your story so much because that was totally me. Like, I mean, I signed up and I was a discount coach for 3 months and I was a silent stalker just like you. Like, it was funny because I like kind of knew, looking back, I now know like the people I followed and stalked were coaches, but it wasn't until I joined and was a part of my like first challenge group that I really became a stalker. Like I remember I got in on one of Ashley Molstad's like sneak peeks. I hopped in another coach's sneak peek and like I was asking her all these questions. I didn't understand that you were supposed to do that back then. But like when I decided it was go and that it was go, like I was going to figure it out. And I just feel like I've never let go of that mentality of just figuring it out.
Yeah.
But one of the things that really I think gets all of us, and it definitely has been a thing that's gotten, held me back, limiting belief, is that if someone decides they don't want this, that it has something to do with me or it has something to do with us, right? So like when I heard you, share that football analogy, it was like, boom, like just because they don't want to be a player does not mean that they're not still a part of the team.
Yeah.
And it does, and it's okay. It's like, okay, release. Like, let me go talk to more people and see who does, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. And I mean, it's so simple because even today I had a friend from college. She was like, I need to cancel my Recover and Energize. And immediately it was like, oh my gosh, why? Like, Energize is amazing. But I just had to say, okay, like this isn't for everybody. Like she loves the workouts. She has her own kind of thing with nutrition. That's okay. Like it has nothing to do with me at all. Um, I don't know, are any of you guys like running or hustling for Premier or Elite this year? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think, well, yes, they should be. I think like, it's like,
Geez, Amy, talk for us, why don't you?
well, listen, like okay, can I just tell you one thing? Like, all right, so when I was pushing for I was pushing for 2-star. So it was so I went to New Leadership Conference in 2019. So it was the end of 2018. I thought that you had to be a 2-star. I think the qualifications used to be you had to be 2-star to go to NLC. And I remember like pushing so freaking hard for that 2-star, and it was like me and one of another coach. Like I built my mom, and she built her diamond. And I remember like dropping quals. I feel like I can't remember if it was, I think it was my mom that dropped, and realizing, oh my God, I could still go to NLC. But then again, same thing this year, the goal was elite and we hit premier.
Mm-hmm.
So like my biggest thing, I don't know where I heard this from. It's just something that keeps coming up in the business from people, mentors and all these things is like, you have to aim high. Same thing with, like you said about inviting. You can't just invite 5 if you have these goals of like trying to leave your job or pay off all this debt or whatever it is. Like you have to 10x. But I love, like, so the thing is like the belief factor
Mm-hmm.
and the energy factor.
Yeah.
Like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, or like that's just kind of like the way that I have to choose to think about this, and I don't think it comes naturally, especially like when, just coming from our normal backgrounds of what we might do 9 to 5, like nursing or teaching or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people like, I think that's the gift. That's how I view coaching is like, I think I'm the lucky one to be a coach because I would never have had this mindset that I've developed and keep developing if I weren't a coach,
Yeah. Yeah.
like if I weren't in this role.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree. I will say that football analogy, that's from Josh Coates' new book, F Leadership. If you guys don't have that, I would highly suggest getting it. It's been a game changer for me, just giving simple, small, tactical things to grow a community, and not to make your team page like crickets. So I would say that's been a huge book for me. The Audible book, No Plan B for Your A Game. That's a huge, I would say, like if you're struggling, like you need to read that, listen to that for sure. And then like a tangible thing that I've done recently to kind of change things up is I'm signing up all discount customers. Like no one has the option to be a customer. I have a Google form and they can either click the 25% discount or click to work the business. Like that is it. So I have them choose whichever one. And then I have been personally texting them and saying, hey, you're getting 3 promo codes to invite a friend to our group. And last month, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. Last month, I had like out of 5 people, I had 3 of them sell a challenge pack just because of that simple phrase. Like, hey, you're getting 3 promo codes. They could save $30. Do you have a friend or family member that would either want Shakeology or be in our group? And they were like, oh, let me ask. And some of them didn't really take it seriously. I wasn't trying to like force them to make a sell, but like in reality, one, they got a Success Club point. 2, they made commission. 3, we had another person get in our group. And 4, it helps with elite points, leadership points. So that's kind of a tactical strategy that I've been doing, because I think we make it a little too hard. We're like, oh my gosh, they have to be a business builder to hit Success Club. Like, they can be a discount coach, discount customer, have a friend jump in our group and get commission. So that's what I've been doing.
Because that's brilliant. Because I like, I have yet to figure out a good way to like bring that up, you know, the promo code thing, because I feel like I'll get on a one-on-one call, like I was getting, you know, with the Getting Started Right call, and I'll tell them that they have these promo codes. And I think I'm putting too much like on it. Yeah. So so they can use all 3 for one person?
They can use 1 for a person. If they don't use all 3 of them, then I just ask them if I can have them.
Brilliant too. Oh my God.
You can.
I'm asking myself, why did I not think of any of this shit earlier?
So can you repeat that phrase that you like? All right. So you send them your email, right? Do you send them a welcome email? Mm-hmm. And then do they text you to let you know that they got their email, and then you text them about the promo codes? Like, how does that go?
So in the Google form that I send out, I'll just let you guys see it. I send out a Google form for them to enroll. So basically, like, it tells me what exactly they want without me going back and forth about what flavor they want and all of that stuff, because it just takes forever. So I send them this, and they type in their phone number. And so after they submit that form, I will personally text them and say, hey, I'm setting up your shopping cart right now. If you don't get an email, you can click this link to sign up. And obviously the open rate of that message is like 80%, you know, because it's a text message. And then I personally have their number to follow up with them in a more personal way. Because for me, email, if I follow up through email, literally crickets, like no one responds. So I use email for like mass emails and for collecting emails, but I don't use it for personal follow-ups, if that makes sense. So since I have their phone number, I'll message them after they submit and say, okay, I've been keeping a secret. You're getting 3 promo codes to invite a friends or family members to our group, and they're going to get $30 off to join us. Do you have anyone in mind? And they're like, yes, my coworkers or whoever. And then I will say, okay, if you have someone, I will walk you through how to sign them up. So I have a pre-recorded share a cart video that I favorited it on my phone, and I can just send that to them, and it tells them how to sign them up. And I tell them to sign them up as a coach. So I had a friend go Emerald last week, and she had no idea. I was like, you just hit your first rank in your business. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I know. It's that easy. So.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, so it's like, okay, I've been keeping a secret. You're about to get 3 promo codes.
Yeah. Your email.
Okay. Wow.
And then I'll just say, super easy. Do you have a friend or family member that would want to jump in with us? And then I'm like, don't worry, you're not going to have to run your own group or something.
Wow. Game changer. That is so helpful. Yeah. Because for sure, like that is a huge part of the elite. Like that one section is like either that or success starter, and it's like,
Yeah.
so it's a lot easier mindset wise to think of just trying to help people get that first point.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously trying to get someone that wants to work the business and hit Success Club.
Definitely.
Yeah. Wow. I think you just blew all our minds.
Yay, I'm glad I could share something.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy because, well, first of all, like we did a training, I think it was last year. So I'm under like Melanie Mitro's family tree.
Yeah.
And she did a training with Josh Coates. And I actually know one of my friends in our organization. Do you know Megan Geis?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So she, I know, like has worked, like he was a mentor of hers, and so can you just really quickly, I don't want to keep you forever. How is it that are you a part of like some sort of membership with him?
Yes. So, kind of after we didn't hit premiere, I knew that this year I needed someone to like kind of put the fire against me and be like, keep on going, keep on going. Because I will say, like, I feel like I've had to rebuild my team this year. So I messaged Josh, and he has two different types of groups. One is the push mastermind, and that is like he's gonna, do a group for accountability for you to do your tracker. You have a call with him, and then there's another group that you have to apply for, which is what I'm in, and that's the push elite mastermind. You have to be a diamond or higher. And you have to fill out this form. But those are the two different options. And I've been in his group since January, and it's been really, really awesome. So
Is it pricey?
it is.
I
I almost threw up whenever I asked my husband, like, can we do this? But I will say, like, my team community has completely shifted since being in his group. Obviously, I'm hitting higher recruiting and success club numbers. I mean, it's everything that I wanted and needed. Like, he's giving out like email marketing strategies and things that like I want to learn more about. So it's been really fun for me. But I just love learning, so I'm like, give me a challenge and I'm like up for it.
Well, if I like Google that, will I be able to find it?
Yeah, if you go to joshcoates.com,
Mm-hmm.
then it'll have different little sections to explain the different groups.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun.
I just finished listening to There's No Plan B for Your A Game, but I've been seeing that book by Josh that I've been wanting to. I'm actually like due to start my next book, so I'm probably just gonna. Did you listen to the Audible or read the book?
I just read the book. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Abby, oh my God, I'm so thrilled about this call. I loved it.